Aye, welcome folks to a sunny Saturday morning. Got to go for a wee doner today. It's a short walk within the Stonehouse area. Got to go down to Double Dykes, and we're also going to go down and see the old brig at Woodlands as well. So come on, we'll have a wee doner and see what we find. Now, in case you're wondering where we are, I'm actually just at the end of the village at the roundabout there. If you're coming this walk, makes you live probably, live the length of the Stonehouse, but if you're down the bottom you'll ken it well. You're just as you come into Stonehouse. There's a cracking wee walk down here, just a short one, which takes you down what was the old road into the village in days gone by. There we go, a wee days gone by just to get us started. Now, I just started at the roundabout there, but if you're actually coming down here yourself, you can follow the pavement, which is just at the end of the road there, and that takes you down. And it's not the worst smelling bit of the town, but you get the sewage works down there, and just up on yonder hill, there's the coot, is Candermain's farm, which dates back again, probably to the days of the Wars of Independence. Because there used to be a keep up there, a kind of castle tower house, which belonged to one of the branches of the Hamiltons, called the Hamiltons of Candor, surprise surprise. And there is actually signs that there was something there before, but it's setting up there in just in the promontory of the hill there, and there's some broad bits. You can see Candor, what was the site of the Candor mill down there, down by the water. Dovedale in the distance, and you can also find the remains of an old mill wheel down there as well, if you know what you're looking for. The first thing you actually see down here is the old red road here. A red road, I can hardly say that there. And this was the main road into Stonehouse before they constructed the present road, which you know where the brig goes over. I think it was built about 1969ish, if I remember rightly. I got some old video footage of it. I'm just scanning around there. They say that when the bus came out of the brig, which is round the corner here, you took your life in your hands, a bit like going round the Candor side toll as a Wayne in the school bus to Larkhall Academy. And this is you coming up in Woodlands farm, owned by the Fergusons. It's a lovely bit. In fact, Davey, a lovely old boy here, and his wife, they used to do the garden competition here. Used to win it year after year. The gardens were absolutely spectacular in their day there, and it's still a nice wee bonny bit of the village. You can see the wee pigeon, stone pigeon in the roof there. So we're going to take a doner down here down to the old road. Just notice this as I'm passing by the edge of the hedge here, plenty nettles about. I know some folk have been eating them recently. I've eaten them too. It's not the best meal in the world, but don't eat the nettles past June. If you're going to eat them, make sure it's at this time of year or a bit earlier. If we can just have a wee look over the fence here, I'll just show you to here. You can see it just up distant there. That is the remains of what is the only A-listed structure in the village, and that was built by Thomas Telford. I think it was 1827 if I remember rightly. Crossed it many a time, travelled up the banks in the water, but that there is the old road into the village. We'll travel down the road. A wee bit of useless information, but you might not know about, but there was actually one of the last highway robberies was down this road. 1892, I think it was December, don't have the exact date for you, I think it might have been a Saturday, but that's just a guess. But it was an old bank manager, I think it was a Mr. Cunningham if I remember rightly, who worked for the Union Bank, and he was coming down here with the ledgers, 2 bags of ledgers and 1 bag of money, when, surprise surprise, a couple of local characters, in fact I think it was 3 but it was only 2 we have the names of, ambushed him at what was called the cut down here at the brig, and he was on his horse and cart at the time. They ran out, apparently armed, masks on, capes, and they also had hats on, which were said to be American cowboy hats, but we'll come to that in a minute. And they held him up, and it says the gold, or you're dead in a moment, as they jumped out on the horse and cart. Held him up with an old horse pistol, and here he managed to actually escape, just by the skin of his teeth. And the bank manager made his way back to Stonehouse and alerted the law. Let's chat out a walk there. And when they got back, they formed a posse and they went for the manager at the. How are you doing? Alright. Just telling stories. Alright. He said, aye, they just at this point here, this is where they sent for the sheriff, the constable, coming, I think it's Constable Rogers, and there was an investigator was sent for as well. And here did they no find out that they'd already got identified the men's names by some miners who had been watching the whole thing from up in the hill there, and they'd identified the 2 guys as Thomas Summers of Carmarthen Street and Archie Brown of Hill Road. So that was 2 of them identified already. I don't know who the 3rd one was, but here they found out that they got their idea from having travelled to America a few years by, and they saw how the cowboys had held up the trains and how they'd managed to escape with all sorts of gold from the various folks that had been making their way across America in the Wild West, and they come back to Stonehouse and thought they would do the same and held up the horse and cart here. However, what they didn't realise is that they stole the wrong bag. They stole the bag with the ledgers in it, and they made their way down the Candor Water, which is actually just the other side of the brig here. And they made their escape down that way to a place called the Meetings, where the Candor meets the Avon. I'll take you down there. And they threw the pistol away at some point during that time, and the bag with the ledgers, the papers in it as well, they were recovered. They didn't get anything at all. So, as I say, the miners had reported them, and literally they just went to the guys' houses and picked them up for the houses. And having formed a posse to retrieve them earlier, they didn't need to bother, just picked them up for the house. And there they found the sombreros, or the American cowboy hats, and the capes with them as well. And the story goes that at least one of them went to prison. I'm not sure what happened to 2 of the others, but the whole story you can find in the local publications there. And what a bonny view we've got, just looking out of the brig there. It's full of wildlife. And that takes you, that's the Candor, that takes you all the way down to the Candor Mill there. Water's a wee bit brown today, but it's, believe it or not, it's a lot clearer than it used to be. Also on the other side, I'm not going to show you, but on the other side, just opposite the 1827 foundation stone, on the other side of the wall, which I can't quite see, but it's just down the other side of the tree. Don't you do this, but there's actually a crest there. Which has got it's a memorial stone, a foundation stone. It's got information there about the place. So, aye, that's the Candor brig, and that was the main road into the village. So we're going to take a wee donner up the pathway. In fact, there was another case as well. There was actually, it's no surprise, but 4 miners for Lark threw a guy for Stonehouse off of that brig there as well, around about the same period. 4 of them went to jail. The guy actually survived with a broken collarbone. Might be worth saying at this point as well, the Candor down there is absolutely magnificent, and it's one of my favourite places to go. However, can I just say, under no circumstances walk the Candor Gorge up to the Meetings unless you're with somebody who knows where they're going and the obstacles that there are to meeting the way. It was all Hugh Burns who took me down there years ago and showed me all the deep pools and all the obstructions on the way, and it was spectacular. However, it's also very dangerous, so do not go yourself, and certainly do not take children with you as well. I love it, and it's one of my favourite places, but it's not the easiest walk in the world. That's us just looking back down the road, and we'll take you up to the end here. There's all sorts of stuff to see on the way as well. There's a nice wee house at the top of the brae here as well, which we'll see as we turn the corner. Just seen better days. And we've got some old video footage of the cars coming down here, and buses in the kind of 50s, early 60s. Something here, it's worth actually seeing. There's a plant here, don't know if you can see it. It's called garlic mustard, and it's actually it's quite edible. It tastes more like garlic than mustard than the garlic. I quite like it. We've grown it in the house. You can put it in salads. You can cut it up and put it through the salad, or just eat it as a leaf itself. But if you are going to eat it, make sure it's the young leaves, and don't eat too much of it. But you'll get the taste of the mustard right away. It's absolutely fantastic. And here's the old house, just coming through the trees there. I can only just make it out. Quite an eerie sight now. I'm sure probably many happy days were spent there in the past. But the old house is sadly deteriorating. And as we look up the brae, this takes you again. It runs parallel with the existing A71, so you get a choice when you come here, because you can walk on up to the end there, but it's a dead end. You've got Cander Side, which is a farm, takes you up here. The birds have got that, and where we're going, we're going to cross over the road here. Now I'm going to turn this off for a wee minute, but this gives you an idea the kind of length of the walk here. So it's quite a short wee part of walk there. Quite a nice wee bit here. I love this with the daffodils, and there's a lovely tree there with a hole in it. I always like to think there's a wee fairy kingdom in there. I don't know, but I'm here to go over and put my hand in just in case something takes my fingers there. So that takes you up the brae, A71, and that's the brig over there. So you would just cross the road and that would take you back to Stonehouse, and that's a short walk, but I'm going to go a wee bit longer today and take you over to Double Dykes from here. Well, here we are on the Cander brig, and that's the old sign. It must have been put up, the same old sign, it's not that old. It was put up probably about 20 years ago. We're a wee project locally with the children here to try and deter folk from dumping into the river there below, where, believe it or not, we've got a grant for about 20 grand from Scottish Natural Heritage to get a lot of the big parts and pieces which were lying down below. And it was just to really encourage folk to better understand the village and about them and what there is there for them. Unfortunately, it's been vandalised recently, which is a shame. As part of the project, the kids had to go and do some research in the local area and find out what was down in the Cander Gorge, and they linked that in with some poems, and that's a poem called Where the Cander Joins the Avon, or part of the poem, and it's got some of the kids' artwork as well, and it just shows you the badges of the local primaries there. So that was a great project, and the boards are still there today, so I hope people do respect it. But when you're coming up to the brig here, It's worth noting that right in the centre of the brig there's also a memorial stone for this bridge as well. On the other side of the bridge, I don't know if you can see it, just centre, but you've got there's a Masonic memorial on the other side, and here we have the memorial. It says actually it was raised in 1966. Not a good year for Scottish football, but I thought it was 69, but there we go, it's 1966. So here we are, Sodom Hill. It is in a poem locally, which was written, I'm trying to remember, I think it was Chalmers that wrote it. It said, Sodom Hill and Drumclog Field, where weavers fought and wouldna yield, where Scotia's rights were firmly sealed, aside the winding Avon. I can't believe I remember that, but I remember lots of useless bits of information. But we think it was a Covenanter skirmish, possibly between the Battle of Drumclog and the Battle of Bothwell Bridge. And it would be as marked on one map I found with cross swords, so we know something happened here. As for finds here in terms of any signs of battle, I'm not aware of any musket shot being found here, but I do know of musket shot being found up at Canderside Toll. So aye, a broad big field. Not a lot in it. It's worth the noting, however, as you are coming up here, is at certain times of the year the farmer has the coos in here. So if they are, I would certainly avoid that, because if the cows have got young, then they can be a wee bit, I was going to say amorous, not amorous, they can be a wee bit, a bit dangerous, to be honest, so just avoid them, or go into a neighbouring field to make your way there. But if you see them in here, just leave it to another day. So I'm going to turn this off the now before I get to the top of the hill, and we'll have a wee look and see what we can see from the top. But just before I do, just have a wee scan round. Just on the other side of the hedge there's another row of trees, and that's you the banks of the top of the brae where the Cander is, and it's looking back towards the bridge. Okay, so see you at the top of the hill, and we'll see what we can find. Here we are, folks. That's the gate there, just at the end of the hedgerow we were following, just from back up the path. I've come up the field just a wee bit to give you the extent of the site here, but what we're looking down on here is a site of double dykes, which is believed to be Iron Age. We need to do some work on this to establish how old the site is. Robert Naismith in 1885 suggested he thought it was Roman. We know that to not be the case. However, there are plenty of Roman finds around about Stonehouse, which will take on another walk with you. But the site here, we think may be probably even pre-Roman, going back to a time when possibly even maybe the Damani tribe, I don't know how you actually pronounce that, but this was their area within Strathclyde, and they may have had an establishment here. We think there may have been some kind of fort of some sorts, but whether that's true or not, that's for another day for us to find out. But let's go down and we'll see why it's called the Double Dykes. There was actually down in the Avon, talking about the Romans, there was a Byzantine coin the Romans found there, dates to about 4th century. But other than that, we have no physical evidence other than the roads themselves that the Romans were here. However, worth remembering that I think there's only something like 50 miles of proven Roman road in Scotland, and part of that section is a bit through Stonehouse. So, don't know if you can pick that up in the camera here, but I can see very clearly what are two ridges which are crossing from, well, I'm going to say from right to left, but whatever way you're looking, if you're left to right or right to left, they're very pronounced. We'll see it much clearer as we go down. I think the farmer's possibly been spraying the fields here for the cattle on the way to come in at some point. A few things. I mean, dandelions can be damaging to the coos. They can be poisonous if there's actually too many. Another one is red clover. If the coos eat too much red clover, it's like a poison to them as well. So I quite often spray the fields. And down to your side here, I can't see it at this point. I'll take you to the end of the field, however. You'll maybe see a wee bit of the water later. Is where they even meets the candor, but do not under any circumstances go down or try to access the candor from here. It is a sheer drop from the top to the bottom, and if you get in any difficulty there, it would be very difficult to retrieve you, and trying to get a signal is very difficult as well. So leave it to the photographs that have been taken in the past, and that's the best way to view it. So you can actually see the ditches here. This is one, and we're just walking over to the next one. I'll take you on top of the ridge just to see it. It was surveyed, I think, in 1959, again I think 1971. You can see this is another one here, and we're in now going down into another ditch, and we'll come back up again. And these were basically defensive ramparts. We believe that somewhere, I'll just try and point it out, somewhere in the middle here there was an access point where whoever was here before was able to make their way into the area behind, where there may have been roundhouses. There's been no discoveries found here. I do know that a gentleman did find an old hunting whistle, which probably dated to the time of Mary Queen of Scots, you know, that kind of 16th century, was found down here. I haven't seen it myself, but I've been reliably informed that's where it was. So that's a good view, the double dykes, and what a grand day to see it as well. You also see, just while we're passing, just getting a wee bit of the shade here now, this lovely kind of white flower on the tree there, and it's a very dark wood, and that's called blackthorn, and it's a lovely, lovely tree at this time of year, springtime. You see it everywhere. If you're wondering what the wee what looks like an old toilet out there is, it's actually for the foxes. It's just for keeping the foxes down. And we'll just follow it around a wee bit more, and then I'll turn it off and you can rejoin me at the end of the field. But a bonnier bit of Stonehouse is rare to find. So say, just make sure the coos aren't here. If they are, make sure you don't go in, but follow the tree line, it's lovely. But you'll see the squirrels. I saw a mink earlier on this morning, just before I put my bloody camera on. Surprise, surprise. But you've also got some lovely mushrooms down here, which I'm not going to tell you where they are because they're delicious, and they're called hedgehog mushrooms. And they're a rarity. They're called hedgehog mushrooms because they've got a wee spike below them, but it's not quite mushroom season yet. So yeah, well, looking back to Double Dykes, what a grand bit of the village, and a great bit of the history as well that it's in. It's good to know that, you know, it's this area, we're going back thousands of years. In fact, over the other side there towards Larkhall, between here and Larkhall, it's a site called Patrick Holm, and in 1947 I think it was, they found 3 burial kists. These are stone slabbed kind of coffin burials where they found urns inside, and in the urns there was the burnt ashes of the deceased and some beads and bits of bone and so on. And that goes back to about 2000, 3000 BC. So ancient place of settlement, and it's just as nice today as I suspect it was back then. A wee bit more pollution I suspect today though than any other time. I'll take you around just a wee bit further before I put this off. As you can see at the side of the bank in there, there's some trees are falling down into the gorge, and that's why, you know, I highly recommend you don't go in there. Hugh Burns has actually got a secret passageway down there, and I'm not going to tell you about it because it's actually still there, but he used to have a rope down there, and I went down the first time with him, Hugh was in the famous Netherburn Mountaineering Club. It had a membership of two, him and Dave Bull. He was all school teacher at Lark Hall, and they went exploring these parts, but it was Hugh that taught me about this area. They also took me down here with a Professor McPherson once, who was the head bummer at one of the universities in Glasgow, a botanist, and he was quite excited when we came down here. He found all sorts of rare kind of plants which in themselves weren't rare, but just the abundance of the rarity of them in the one place he was quite excited about. And we found all sorts of orchids here as well at certain times of year, that kind of May, June period. This area here in particular, we're looking round there, it's covered in kind of different kinds of orchids. So aye, it's really for April to that kind of July period, even on the August, it's the bonniest here. But we were actually in search of a very rare plant called Herb Paris. We never found it that day, but it is said to be here. So up in the distance there, that's you looking up towards the lights of the farms at various farms by the name of Kittymuir, and up yonder, in fact there was a school at Kittymuir at one time, going back centuries, and that's the back road to Lark Hall. So I'll just turn this off at this point, and I'll join you just a wee bit further on when I get a wee swig of my bottle. There we go, a wee bit of the blackthorn there. Right, I'm at the end of the road now. Got to take a wee walk down here. You're looking to go to the very end of the field where the two sides merge. Now again, if you are coming down here, you do not go to the very edge of the river. Oh, there's a lovely wee tortoise shell. But I'll take you to a bit where you can go, where you can have your lunch, and it's absolutely, it's just a lovely wee set. And I've no more brought my lunch, as I say. We're just out for exercise, so you can see down here, there's a wee there's a path of sorts. There's a wee bit of broom still out on the left hand side here. You've got all sorts of stuff down here this time of year. You've already got the wild garlics come out. So you get the garlic mustard I showed you earlier on, which is different, and you've got a wild garlic, and that can be cooked as well with either sour cream or mayonnaise, or just to flavour soups, or it can be eaten in salads. So that's in abundance down here. Just watch your foot as you're coming down here. It's fairly easy walking, but aye, still wear your boots anyway. Other things you've got down here which you can use for just putting a wee bit of flavour in various things. You get the wild aniseed as well. Well, when I say wild aniseed, it's called sweet aniseed. It's called sweet Sicily, sorry. And it tastes of aniseed. Again, it takes a wee bit of knowledge to know what you're looking for, but aye, grand. And it's no far down here. We're going to take a wee stop to just oversee what's around about us. And this would have been an old road as well to access some of the mines that were down here. And a wee bit of fallen tree, we'll just step in that, go over it. There's all sorts of pathways you can see off to the side. So that would be the Candor to my right hand side, and if I swing around I've got the Avon to the other side. So we're getting to the point which is locally known as the Meetings, where there's a stone in the Avon which is known as the fairy stone as well, where it said the fairies would come out and dance from dusk till dawn. I don't know if that's true or no, but aye, there's a few strange folk you see dancing out in the street in Stonehouse these days, but this is a lovely spot. It might be worth noting actually that fairy stone in Lark Hall, they call it the Tristan stone, where the young lovers of the day would go out and dave it the day. And anyway, aye, move on. This is quite an interesting bit as well, an old tree here. In fact, this is just fallen down this year. Quite interesting, because Hugh Burns, when he first took me down here, the stump of the tree here, this was actually connected in here, but it was at just a height where this is where the deer would come, and they would rub their backs in the underneath of the branches here. So what he'd do is he'd show me underneath the branch here, and lo and behold I can't see any of the deer, it's too low, it's falling over, but there would be hair of the deer underneath there, and it's just again a wee glimpse of just what is around you that you can't sometimes see. And it's that's all Hugh's my Indian tracker around Stonehouse. What a guy. Oh, you've also got things just at the edge there. You've got anemones as well. I don't know if that's how you say it. There's I can't. Aye, anemones. Is that know the thing that's in the sea? Can't remember how you pronounce that. But aye, so we're right at the end here. Now, oh, there's a duck going up the river. Now, don't you come down here. If you're coming down here, what you'll see is you'll see a fence here. Do not go further than that fence. I tell you now, you go any further than that fence, then you're taking a risk to some degree. So do not go down by the fence. I'm only going down a wee bit further. I'm not even going to the edge because I know this land well. I've been wanting it since I was a boy. I've been showing all the difficult bits, the deep bits, the good bits, the bad bits. But you got to know what you're doing. So we're just looking up the river there. That's you looking up towards Lark Hall. Can't quite see it, but down below here to the right is the Candor, and right at the very tip of where they meet is that the ferry stand. Just take you to the edge here. I'm not going any further than this because it's too risky, but you can see there's the Avon River down here, and over the other side you've had a rock fall, and it just shows you, it can be unstable, it can be unpredictable, so please do not come here unless you're with a guide, because it's a difficult place to get you out of. But what a lovely, magnificent setting. If you are coming, just get back up the hill where we're going now, and where the tree is, just stop there, take in what's about you, smell what's about you, and have your lunch there and enjoy. It's one of my wee favourite places. I like to come, and I like to come down here myself as well, because sometimes you just need to clear the head and appreciate the other finer things in life other than working for the council or all the other things you have to do in the community or with family and friends. It's sometimes good to get that space to just be with yourself and reflect on life and what it's all about. I haven't worked it out myself, by the way, so I'm no guru. There is a pathway that takes you down here as well towards the Candor, but it doesn't take you down to the Candor. As I say, 200-foot drop each way. So from here, let's just head back up. I'll catch you at the top, and we'll head back out and head home. So there you go, the meetings of the river. Probably never been here. I'll do a guided walk here when better days come to pass, and you can experience it for yourself. But for today, this is your opportunity to have seen it. I will catch you at the top. Well, there we are, folks. Right at the end of the road there, or the wee path in. I just noticed, oh, there's a wee, don't know if you can see it. Ah, a wee ladybird just in my lens there. I think it's focused in well enough, but aye, so that's us. That's the meetings of the Avon and the Candor. Plenty of other stories I can tell you another time, but I'm going to follow just the edge of the other side back, just for a bit of variety. It's a good base to go, I wonder. As I say, just stick to the field and don't be getting into places that you've never or you've been told no. Try and avoid the places where you don't know where you're going. In short, say it's taken me a good. the other side of 50 now, so I've been tramping these bridges for quite some time, so I know where I'm going, and it's and even at that, as you probably experienced for the last video when I fell in the river, there's still bits where you need to keep your wits about you. Worth saying actually at this time as well, if you have not been the guided walks, get along sometime when the coronavirus passes. We'll get to see some of these places. I'll take you there and you can experience them for yourself. And it's worth saying that all of these walks that I do, every single one of them, I do a risk assessment. And there are some of the walks which I will not take you to. For instance, one of them will be the Candor and Avon Gorge. It's just not worth the risk, and I'd rather made sure everybody get back safely. I think the only casualties we've had over the years is a couple of people have come a cropper on the barbed wire fence. Nobody nearly lost their manhood or a good pair of jeans, but that's about as close as we've had. So once we get just over the other side of the double dykes here, we'll switch half. And just to say, when you are coming up here, if you do come up, even a circuit of the field's nice. You don't even need to get into the water there if you're not sure where you're going. But and it's nice, lovely, can't go wrong. And you're not getting me to empty here, as you can see today. I think I met somebody in the old Candor Bridge out walking their dogs, but it's a good bit to come during the coronavirus there. A lot of people are obviously using the opportunity to walk around the village, the usual roads, and that's all good and well, and everybody's doing the social distancing, which is also good to see as well. 99.9% of people have been great, so aye, but this is one place you can come. You're sure you're probably not getting to meet anybody else. So here we are, just at the dykes. Now you can actually see it a bit clearer here. If you look to the far side of the field, you'll see there's a few dips and rises again, dips and rises. So that's the dykes there. I'm just going to go up onto the first of them and look over. As you can see why they came here. The local tribe, whoever they were, I've come here because, in short, it's defended on both sides by the Candor on that side, and then down the other side here, the side I'm at, the Avon. And there would be some kind of maybe barrow houses here where they dwell, but it was defended here by the ramparts. Only negative side is MD attacking would be attacking from the top of the hill, which is not such a great idea. But hopefully the ramparts would have been enough to stop any attacks from there. And that's just about us. I'll take you just a wee tad forward, and then we'll clock off for the day. And if you are leaving here and you're wondering where to go, if you get up to the top of the fence here, if you're at the right hand side, make sure you follow it back to the left, or just follow, when you get to the dykes here, as we are, just follow it, the fence back at that side. You'll see a gate at the top there. Follow the gate closely to the edge there, and that'll take you back where we come in. And that's where I'm just getting cut across to this now. I'd advise you not to follow the other side, because there's quite a few fences and hedges to cross here, and it's not so easy to cross. So avoid that and just stick to the left hand side, in and out, nice and easy. And that'll take you back down to the Candor Brig, where you shall rejoin the A71, and that'll take you back into Stonehouse. So I'll just stop here while the sun's shining, say my farewells. Hope you enjoyed that wee walk. It's one of my favourite walks. It's a very, very short walk. Again, it's still in the Stonehouse area. I can see the old Cup Tower for the Patterson Church with the clock in the distance here, so not far at all. Ideal for a day like this. If you are coming, as I say, just make sure you follow the guidance that's given by the government at the moment. I know that's changing regularly, but at the moment you can still go out as a family group as long as they're staying in the same house. Do not meet up with friends to come here, and preferably, if you can, just go alone. And make sure if you do come to this field that if you are bringing a dog, make sure it's on a lead, and if the cows are in the field, leave it for another day. You've had a nice wee on, or even up to the top of the field there at the fence. Come back again, and we'll take you here another day. So without further ado, thanks for joining me again, and we'll see where we end up next time. There's plenty more places to see, I can assure you, and I hope you enjoyed your wee visit to the Double Dykes. Okay, bye for now.